Hello and welcome to the second part of my employee engagement series. In this video we'll be looking at employee engagement and how it compares with related concepts, but crucially how these are different and on their own and not necessarily indicators of engagement or evidence that engagement exists. This is a key distinction that you will need to make it in your level 5 studies. So I'll highlight some examples here on what is often linked to engagement but isn't necessarily evidence of engagement. Employee engagement can have different interpretations, both from a personal and organisational point of view. What employee engagement means to one person or one business can differ wildly to the next. To hit you with a definition, the CIPD define it as bringing together a range of established concepts, including job satisfaction, motivation, work effort, organisational commitment, shared purpose, energy and flow. It describes an internal state of being, both physical, mental and emotional, but can also include behaviour such as commitment and going the extra mile. That's CIPD 2017. So what that definition shows us is that it's grouped together all these concepts which can be present in engaged teams, individuals and organisations, but on their own they are not evidence of engagement. And I'll talk through some examples which kind of clearly shows how employee engagement can differ from organisational concepts. And if we look at that definition that the CIPD gave us and pick out a few from there and discuss that. So job satisfaction, again, often related to engagement. What you can have is an individual that is satisfied in their work, but it does not mean that they are fully engaged. An individual might not be as productive as other members of staff and may not have been found out by management and may be happy just kind of plodding along, doing their own thing and satisfied in their output. So again, it's often linked to engagement, but on its own, an individual being satisfied in their work does not prove engagement. And again, if we look at another one, motivation, again, an individual may appear to be motivated in their job role, but this could be down to a number of factors, either fear of repercussions from management, or this person may be career focused and pursuing their own self-interest and trying to climb the ladder or get a move or a new job. So that doesn't necessarily mean that person is motivated. ACAS notes that an employee's behaviour may be driven by self-interest and personal development. So if you wanted to link that to a quote or theory, then you can use ACAS as well. And again, happiness, a happy employee doesn't mean that the employee is engaged. And also on the flip side of that, an engaged employee can be unhappy with certain aspects of their jobs or working conditions. And to have unhappy people challenging the management to better the workplace or the conditions can be evidence of engagement. So their happiness doesn't necessarily mean that an employee is engaged in their work. So what we've done there is highlight 3 related concepts: job satisfaction, motivation and happiness, and discuss how they are present in engaged individuals and teams, but on their own they do not prove engagement exists. You can relate that to Kahn 1990, who spoke about 3 principal drivers really in employee engagement. One of these is cognitive, and he suggested that on this level an employee thinks hard about their job, organisation and objectives and how they can do their jobs to the best of their abilities to enable the organisation to achieve their goals. So this is evidence of cognitive engagement. The second one is emotional. This level centres around the emotional bond that an individual may have with the organisation. This could be reflected in a strong belief in the organisation's values and principles and the trust that is placed in them by their management teams. This helps form a really emotional bond there. And physical, we all know about going the extra mile. Kahn sees physical engagement as employees who visibly expend their efforts, both physical and mental, as they go about their jobs. And this can be simple things like working unpaid overtime or taking on colleagues' work and things like that to help and support them. And crucially, what Kahn believed was that engaging individuals across all three of these dimensions would give people security, and that their efforts would be rewarded as well. So there we go. What we've done there is look at employee engagement, how it compares with related concepts, but crucially how those concepts on their own do not prove engagement. And I've talked about Kahn's theory as well, and looked at his principal dimensions of engagement. I hope this has been worthwhile. Hope you can use it in your studies. If you can, please feel free to like, subscribe and share. I'm on obviously YouTube, but we've got Facebook page, That HR Guy, and LinkedIn as well, That HR Guy. So feel free to contact me on any of those channels. Thank you. Bye-bye.